Standing 480 feet above the ground, this amazing ancient pyramid had been hiding a secret for 4,500 years that no human had ever been able to access. To find out this secret, researchers developed a special robotic camera that was sent into a narrow passage inside the pyramid. The robot was moving slowly when it suddenly stopped in front of a rocky wall. A heavy stone slab that convinced experts that there must be a secret behind it that had been hidden from the eyes of the world for 4,500 years. To find out what was behind this slab, the team attached a small drill to the robot. The drill drilled a hole in the hard stone, and as soon as the hole was completed, the camera was once again sent into this dark space. And then, it showed the scene that no one had seen for the first time in 4,500 years. The land of Egypt. The place where 138 of the ancient world's Great Pyramids still stand today. Thousands of years of earthquakes, storms, rains. Nothing could shake these structures. And the biggest, tallest, and most amazing structure of them all, the Great Pyramid of Giza. The base area of this pyramid is spread over 13 acres, so large that it could easily fit 9 football fields. According to experts, 2.3 million stones were used in the construction of this one pyramid, and many of them weighed more than 50 tons. If all this weight were added up, the entire pyramid would weigh about 6 million tons, which is equivalent to the weight of 12 Burj Khalifas. But the real mystery lies even further. Thousands of years ago, when there was no modern technology in the world, no cranes, no level machines, no iron tools, how did such straight, even, and perfectly angled pyramids get built? How were the 50-ton rocks carved so neatly? These walls were built to the size of an inch. How was it measured by inches? And the most surprising thing, how were the 4 sides of the pyramid set to exactly north, south, east, and west? That too without a compass? All these secrets are still surprising the entire scientific world today, and we will get to these secrets in today's video. Challenge number 1. For centuries, experts have been pondering the question of how were the ancient pyramids built in such precise directions without a compass? What kind of method was adopted? What instrument was used, and what skill was there? Which was used by humans thousands of years ago and determined the exact direction, even from thousands of miles away? Historical evidence shows that the Egyptians were experts in astronomy and observed the stars. They used the North Star or the sunrise and sunset points to determine directions accurately. According to some theories, they used a device called Mercat, which was an ancient astronomical instrument and helped mark directions. In addition, they also used the local geography and river course to indicate the direction, which helped them build in the correct directions. Challenge number 2, on an area of 13 acres. If there was even the slightest crookedness, this great structure of 2.3 million stones would not have stood for a day. But the question arises, when there was no level machine at that time, no laser, no modern means, then how was the land completely leveled? It is said that at that time, Egyptian engineers used to level the land using water. They used to make canals or channels and fill them with water, and use the water level as a natural level. They also measured with simple tools like a plumb bob or an A-frame level. The land was leveled by cutting sand and stones. Apart from this, they ensured accuracy through long ropes and measuring lines, which helped them to level a large area. Challenge number 3. In that era, there was no grinder, no machine, no diamond-like steel. So, how were 50-ton hard rocks cut with millimeter accuracy? What was the secret? What was the tool? And what was the trick that gave ordinary humans the power to rip apart mountain-like stones? Egyptian workers had a natural ability to cut stones. They used methods. They used to drill holes in the stones with a chisel and insert wooden wedges, then soak these wedges in water and use the wood to crack the stone. They also used hammers made of hard stones like dolerite, which could easily carve limestone. In addition, they used sand and water to smooth the stones by constantly rubbing them, which achieved millimeter accuracy. Challenge number 4. This particular type of limestone was found 250 kilometers away from the pyramids. Even today, such a huge logistics is a difficult task. But 4,500 years ago, when there were no trucks, cranes, or machines, how were 50-ton stones brought from 250 kilometers away? Researchers believe that the Egyptians used river routes. They loaded the stones onto boats or rafts and transported them through the Nile River. On land, they would place the stones on large sledges and pull them with the help of animals or laborers. The path was first paved and water was added at certain points to reduce friction. In addition, they took advantage of weather changes, such as the high water level after a river flood, to make it easier for boats to navigate. Challenge number 5. Not 1 or 2 stones, but 2.3 million stones. Each stone weighs 50 tons, but the question is, how did the stones reach a height of 480 feet? Which route did they take? How was the ramp made? How many people pulled a stone? Experts believe that the Egyptians used different types of ramps, such as straight ramps, rotating ramps, or internal ramps. The stones were placed on sleds and pulled with the help of ropes and pulleys. Hundreds of workers worked to lift each stone, and the ramps were made of mud and stones. In addition, they used tree planks and round logs to reduce friction, which made it easier to lift the stones to the top. Challenge number 6. The heavy stones used inside the pyramid were not limestone, but very hard granite. Today, granite is only cut with a diamond machine. But 4,500 years ago, when there were no saw teeth, how was granite cut so cleanly? This mystery could not be solved for centuries. It is said that the Egyptians used copper tools, but to cut granite. Therefore, they used dolerite hammers and chisels. They also cut the stone by applying continuous pressure or rubbing it. In some cases, they would heat the stone and then suddenly cool it to break it, which would cause cracks in the stone. In addition, they used a mixture of sand and water to grind it, which helped smooth the granite, and this method could give them millimeter accuracy. Challenge number 7. Who were the people who completed such a difficult task of building the pyramids 4,500 years ago? This was a question about which various speculations were made. Someone said that this difficult task was taken from people who were not Egyptians and they were forced to work. Sometimes it is heard that aliens came to Earth thousands of years ago and built these pyramids and returned. But experts, after many years of hard work, found some evidence that rejected all these theories. When the bones and structures of the workers present that were examined, they saw one thing. Some of the workers had joints on their bones, and some had undergone surgery. Research believes that the people who built the pyramids could not have been slaves under any circumstances, because they were also given medical care during the construction of the pyramids. Challenge number 8. The construction design once again put experts in trouble. An aerial photo of the pyramids of Giza showed that the structure of the 3 pyramids was not aligned with each other. It was not known why the people who built the pyramids so neatly 4,500 years ago did not align the 3 pyramids with each other. At first it was considered a coincidence, but when the robot guys solved this code, it was found that this was not all a coincidence, but the position of the pyramids was carefully thought out. In that era, stars were given great importance, which is why they built this pyramid according to the position of 3 major stars. Challenge number 9. An X-ray scan was done on the pyramid, which showed that the king's chamber. In addition, there is another secret chamber at the top of the pyramid. To reach this secret chamber, a robotic camera was developed over a period of 15 years, which was sent into this small hole in 1993. After 200 feet, the robotic camera stopped because there was a stone slab in front of it with 2 copper handles. But experts wanted to see the view beyond the slab at all costs, which no one had seen for the past 4,500 years. For this, after 8 years of hard work, a robot was developed with a drill machine installed in front of it. In 2001, this robot entered this slab and examined the inside with the help of only 1 camera. When the camera angle was lowered, something was seen that made everyone's hair stand on end. Some messages were written in red on the ground. These messages were written 4,500 years ago when this small hole was sealed. Neither the experts understood this writing nor its purpose. But Dr. Zahi Hawass believes that there must be a secret chamber beyond this second slab. It is something that no one has seen for the last 4,500 years. It is possible that in the coming few years, another modern camera will be able to see inside this chamber. With this video, let me leave you. See you in the next wonderful video. You can follow me for more such informative videos.